It keeps auto-tracking that quest. The sword wielded for whom? Let's do that one. Let's also hope it's voiced because my throat is still not happy. It's not that it hurts, it's just that I have like a constant throat tickle and like the urge to cough. Hey, where did everyone go? We're here, right in front of you. Stylist Nikki and the little talking furball. So good to see you again. Little furball? Wait, you're not talking about me, are you? I've already got way too many nicknames. Of course. Momo, you're so round and fluffy. Dudu, why are you here by yourself? Where are Mimi and Fifi? We split up because they had to take care of group activities elsewhere on Lake Heart Island. Everyone in Pepper Jam is great. It's just that it's so hard to get everyone together. After all, Pepper Jam embraces unlimited possibilities and encourages growing freely without fear. I'm sure everyone is working hard in their own way. I hope so, but I won't be happy if I catch anyone slacking off, like that silly Toto. He either doesn't show up, or when he does, he's sighing like he just lost all his blings. It's impossible to get his attention. I don't know what happened, but Mimi and Fifi are worried about him. You're worried too, aren't you? Otherwise you wouldn't have brought it up. Of course not. Okay, maybe just a little. After all, he's always missing and it affects all of us. One time, I overheard him muttering, "Dear Miss Bettina, I sincerely beg you, please teach me the way." I'm guessing it was too hard to finish reading the rest of that sentence. Miss Bettina? If I remember correctly, she's a ranger from Umbraso. I don't know the details, but I know Toto's been worried about it for a long time. Nikki, could you go near the Meadow Activity Support Center and talk to Miss Bettina to learn more about the situation? I can't shake the feeling that she's the key to all of this. Maybe if we knew what was going on, we'd better understand what's wrong with Toto. No problem. Momo and I will go see what's going on between Toto and Bettina. See you later, Dudu. Miss Bettina, I'm Toto from Flourish. I'm fast and strong, and I hope you can be my teacher in the art of swordsmanship. This flower is ruining my view of Bettina. I've missed her. I'm sorry, my answer is still no. Stupid flower. Oh my god, where did that sword just drop from the, what is happening? I must not be saying this right. Let me try again. It's not about the words you said. It's just, if you really want to learn swordsmanship, then unsheath this sword. Is Umbraso the next region we're going to? How is that possible? Miss Bettina made it look so easy. Learning swordsmanship isn't easy. It's not worth your time. Spend your time playing, picking flowers, catching bugs, or going fishing, whatever you like. There are so many things you can do. Swordsmanship isn't one of them. I advise you to give it up. I won't. Long time no see, Bettina. Just now, Toto. Nikki, I remember you. Toto has been pestering me to learn swordsmanship. I've said no so many times, but he just won't give up. May I ask why you keep refusing him? That's a long story. Seems like there's something going on. I have a good impression of you, Nikki. Maybe we can talk about this another time. Right now, I have more important matters to attend to. What's going on? If you don't mind, we can help you. I'm looking for a gift to remember a friend by, a finely crafted doll, and a crimson flame. The doll isn't hard to find, but the flower is a bit tricky. Crimson flame? What is that? True to its name, the flower burns of a fiery crimson, like a sun that never sets. Got it. Maybe Momo and I can ask some friends who know a lot about plants and see if they know where to find one. It's fine. I'll take care of this myself, and I don't like troubling others. Don't worry. Just think of it as a little something in return for listening to it. It's auto-scrolling, and it's not voiced, which makes it awful. Don't worry. Just think of it as a little something in return for listening to a story. In that case, I'll take you up on your offer. I don't have it set to auto right now, so it shouldn't be auto-scrolling, but it is. Momo, I was thinking, now that you mention it, Miss Nancy's garden is nearby. Let's go ask her. This version update is very glitchy.
When I turn around, I always...
These flowers are blooming so beautifully. Oh, they're hyacinths. Not hyacinths, hydrangeas. You knew what I meant. I think they are. They look like hydrangeas. These flowers are blooming so beautifully. I hope they can help Grace forget her work troubles, even if only for a little while. Miss Nancy, sorry to bother you. Are you taking care of the flowers? Nikki, Momo, perfect timing. I was just thinking that flowers as beautiful as these deserve to be shared with everyone. Although they only bloom for a short while, I hope that at their peak, more people can witness their beauty. Thank you, Miss Nancy. Actually, Momo and I have something to ask you. Have you ever heard of the Crimson Flame? Crimson Flame? I'm vaguely familiar with them. They look like ordinary wildflowers, but their color is vivid. And in the sunlight, they glow like a tiny cluster of candles. Very eye-catching. As far as I know, they're more common in Embrasso, but fairly rare in Breezy Meadow. What do we do, Nikki? We can't just ask Mr. Spindle to make one for us. No need for that. Although they are rare, they do exist. I've seen some before in the flower fields near Bugsong Hills. You could also try your luck in the mountain meadows. The flower fields near Bugsong Hills and the mountain meadows. Got it. Thank you for your help, Miss Nancy. You're very welcome. I'm happy I could help. Good luck finding the Crimson Flame. Thank you. You'd best believe I'm teleporting. Well, she listed 2 areas, so something tells me they're not going to be here. Book. Vivid color, glow like a tiny cluster of candles. That's it, Nikki. This is definitely a crimson flame, but it's already been crushed. Momo, we'll have to head to the mountain meadows to find another one. Nikki, look, a notebook. Looks like someone's journal. Oh, God. The notes record the key points of various sword techniques. The author also included carefully drawn illustrations of the poses, although many of them resemble abstract art more than practical guidance. Buried among the notes is a letter that seemingly was never sent to the lone swordsman, author of many swordsmanship books. Hello, I am a devoted reader of yours. What the? I was reading that. I didn't hit anything. From the looks of it, it seems like the notebook's owner is diligently studying swordsmanship, even reaching out to the textbook's author for guidance and sharing their unique insights. Nikki, you're being too nice. That's basically a rant. I wouldn't know what it is because the game auto-scrolled past it before I got the chance to read it. Judging by the handwriting, the owner is probably still very young. Maybe. Never mind. Let's head to the mountain meadows and look for a crimson flame. If we're lucky, we might be able to find one. Alright, I'm feeling motivated again. Let's go. I don't know what this update's version is, but the auto-scrolling issue is driving me insane and needs to be fixed. To the Lone Swordsman, author of many swordsmanship books. Hello, I'm a devoted reader of yours and have read all of the books you published. I even studied the art of speaking, which frankly turned out to be less useful. Despite this, I still ran into some problems when practicing the moves. Take, for example, the swordsman's trump card you introduced. The silky smooth combo of upward and downward slashes is really confusing in practice. How exactly is it done? Maybe I just lack the strength, but the most I can achieve is cut off a few leaves off the branches. My big sister mocked me, saying the leaves simply fell on their own and weren't touched by my sword at all. How cruel. Also, the Furious Strike is very difficult to master. All you need to do is cut into the opponent's sword with full force and then keep pushing. Simple, right? If once isn't enough, do it again. That's what you wrote in the book, which I thought would be perfect for me to learn, so I spent 2 hours a day practicing the move, but ended up hitting a flower bed, causing me to sneeze nonstop. Could it be I lack the talent for swordsmanship? That can't be right. I even made a wish to the wishing one, who said I would become an incredible swordsman. That gave me a huge confidence boost and made me realize the problem might lie with your books, which prompted me to write this letter. I've also attached my daily training routine. I would be grateful for any advice you can offer. Eagerly awaiting your reply, A Beginner Swordsmanship. Training routine. 100 sword slashes, 40 minutes of jogging, squats and leg exercises, daily wishes to the wishing one. Okay. A 100 sword slashes for someone trying to become a swordsmaster feels a little few. Maybe I'm skewed from reading webtoons. I really hope we can find another Crimson Flame, Nikki. It is Miss Bettina. She seems to be busy with something. Let's go talk to her, Momo. Oh, okay. I feel like that was meant to happen before those dialogue boxes popped up. Should be nearby, huh? Oh, it's you two. Bettina, what brings you here? I sense something dangerous. Let's call it a ranger's instinct. Without it, I'd probably be lying under the ground here, pushing up the daisies. This actually isn't a bad spot. People might even have picnics here. You want people to have picnics on top of your dead body? That's interesting. Sorry, that joke was in poor taste. The feeling's past now. I suppose that's thanks to you two. As for Toto, never mind. Yeah, we ran into some S-lings just now, but I managed to purify them. Still. Be honest. Momo and I found a crimson flame, but unfortunately, it was already crushed. We're planning to try the Mountain Meadows next. Maybe we can find another one there. Stupid reconnecting. Game, get it together. I'm losing my patience. Okay, let's try this again, even though we're still in the red somehow. That definitely has to be server side because I checked my internet connection and it's fine. And I'm not having problems with any other games. It's just this one. I swear to God. Okay, get to the part that we need to be at. It's a flower from my hometown. For personal reasons, I wanted to use one to commemorate a friend. The crimson flame must hold very special meaning for you. In Umbraso, we call it the sunflower. It represents vitality and hope, as well as a soul that shines as brilliantly as fire. She loved them the most. I used to make them into flower crowns for her all the time. She was your friend? Yes, her name was Solveig. She was a little girl who loved beautiful things. We met by chance after she was injured in an accident caused by a noble recklessly riding a horse. I was so angry that I gave that scoundrel a good beating. Classic Bettina. He was a coward. He didn't even have the nerve to tell his father. Lucky for him, it saved me the trouble of having to lay into him again. After that, Solveig and I grew close. We explored together, went hunting together, and shared plenty of laughter. Later, when she decided she wanted to learn swordsmanship, I became her teacher. It really does sound like the two of you shared some wonderful times together. Yes, but then the war came. The hills turned to blood red, the sunflowers burned, and meadows lost their color, and the villages became wastelands. Time seemed to slow down. I can't remember how many times I had to swing my sword. All I knew was that my enemies were in front of me. By the time I returned to the safe zone, Solveig was gone. Against my wishes, she took the sword I gave her and ran off on her own. She never came back. That's so heartbreaking. Did she really want to go out into the battlefield? But she was just a child. How could she? I don't know what she was thinking. All I know is that she hadn't learned how to fight with a sword. If she hadn't learned how to fight with a sword, she wouldn't have left the safe zone. Maybe she'd be in Florawish, living a normal life. Is that why you refuse to teach Toto? I don't like repeating history, and in a time of peace, picking up a sword feels wrong. Before Bettina could finish, hurried footsteps could be heard in the distance. Achoo! Miss Nikki and, Miss Bettina? Please, just pretend you didn't see me. I'll be going. Wait, Toto, are you holding a crimson flame? Yeah. Achoo! I was looking for a notebook. Have you seen it? This one? Yeah, thank you, Miss Nikki. I guess I'll be... Is that flower you're holding for me? Yes. Achoo! I apologize. I overheard your conversation with Miss Nikki. I know a fair bit about plants, so the moment I heard you wanted a crimson flame, I went looking for one. I thought if I found one and gave it to Miss Nikki, I might finally understand why you won't teach me how to fight with a sword. I got a little delayed on the way. I took a bit of a detour through the Boughton Meadow. I'm sorry. There's no need to apologize. Toto, why do you want to learn to fight with a sword so badly? I once encountered Esslings while playing outside. I was terrified. My mind went blank. If it hadn't been for Miss Bettina saving me, I might have... That's when I thought, if only I could learn to use a sword, then I could protect myself and never be afraid again. It's safe here. Esslings only appear in the wild. Even so, what if one day Florawish isn't safe anymore? I don't want to keep relying on others to protect me. I want to be able to protect myself and others. If that day ever comes, I'll take up a sword and protect Florawish as a ranger of Umbraso. I'm confident that... Toto was very anxious. As he moved a little closer to Miss Bettina, he sneezed. Achoo! You've been sneezing this whole time. Are you sick? Oh my, I'm sick of this reconnecting nonsense. Game. I'm allergic to pollen, but as long as Miss Bettina is willing to teach me, it's okay. You're really something. Running into a flower patch, even though you're allergic to pollen, judging by your clothes, it looks like you even took a fall. I'm guessing Toto must have run into some Esslings in the flower field and accidentally dropped his notebook while trying to get away. Then, in his hurry to find another crimson flame, he ran all the way to the mountain meadow and accidentally tripped from running too fast. That's why we found his notebook in the flower fields. The notebook is full of sword techniques, Toto. It's clear you've tried learning yourself, or teaching yourself, but swordsmanship is difficult, and despite all your effort, you haven't made much progress. Even with your allergies, you still went to find the Crimson Flame because you wanted Miss Bettina to be your teacher. You're willing to do anything just to learn. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I really, really do want to become a swordsman. Is that so? Miss Bettina, you've been staring at this mountain for 2 whole months. What's so special about it? Dude, I can't read this fast. I can't scroll through this either. It's not. Okay, whatever. This version update is so ridiculous. In some ways, we're actually quite similar. This version update is glitchy as crap. I've never had problems like this before. Fine, if it's to protect others, I respect your resolve. I'll be here tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. Don't be late. Does that mean Bettina has agreed to be your teacher? Really? Oh my. That's wonderful. Toto, make sure you talk with Dudu later. She's been really worried about you. I will, Miss Nikki. The boy could hardly contain his excitement. He bounced and cheered, thanked Nikki and Miss Bettina, and then ran off happily. Nikki, do you have a moment? I'd like to take you somewhere. Of course, let's go. I feel like I have to read so quickly because I never know which dialogue is just going to auto-progress.
The wind is picking up. Momo, be careful. Don't blow away. It's just a light.
But I do think we're going to finish this quest, and we're going to have to pause on progression because I don't know what's going on with the servers. I feel like right before a new version update, they always have a lot of issues. I don't know what the heck they do to the servers, but like, the events are still ongoing. They need to fix this. Go, Solveig. Go to a place free of war. A place brighter than the sun, clearer than a spring, and more peaceful than a hidden valley. May you go forth pure and free of all burden, and may your heart stay steadfast until all your wishes come true. Nikki, Momo, I asked you to come for 2 reasons. First, I wanted you to witness this. Second, there's something I want to ask you. Ask? I'll do my best to answer. My world has always been simple. Swing my sword, fight. When someone follows me, I protect them. Those were my convictions. When Toto encountered the Essling, I was just a step too late. If he hadn't been able to run away, I shudder to think what might have happened. I once trusted my sword completely, treating it like a talisman, but I never considered that even a sword has its limits. It's always hard to accept when your beliefs are shaken, Bettina. You shared your past with me, so let me share a story I once heard with you. The story's heroine was a young girl with a single mission: to save the world. She tried time and time again, and along the way she made countless friends. They stood side by side, fighting against the darkness of the world. No matter how close they became, they would eventually have to part ways. She was able to save many, but some were ultimately forgotten by time. In the end, the girl realized she couldn't save everyone. More importantly, she couldn't blame herself. Doing one's best, protecting what one can, that is already more than enough. I suppose that's what they mean by doing your best and having a clear conscience. I was stubborn. I led the refugees to a new home with nothing but my sword, never once thinking about what might have happened if I'd failed. Perhaps it's time for a change. Okay. Well. Oh, there's, things up there. Okay, well, we are going to pause here. The game is irking me. hopefully when we come back later, the game will be less glitchy and I'll be able to finish our last 2 quests and the challenges. That's all we have left. Oh, and I guess we have the rest of this as well. Or part 2 isn't up yet. Part 2 isn't up for 4 more days. Okay, so we can't even do that yet. Okay, so we just have the challenges, 2 quests, and then we have to wait. All right. Hopefully when we come back next time, the game will be less glitchy, but that's it for now. Bye.